Okay, next, this is involving Hagen diagram, so I think it's important, so please pay attention. Again, if you are not sure, you ask me, okay, but I'll try to show you everything as easy as possible, make it as easy as possible for you to understand. Okay, find the complex number z satisfying the equation the conjugate of z plus 1 equals to 2iz, where the conjugate z asterisk denotes that complex conjugate of z. Okay, give your answer in form of x plus iy, where x and y are real. Okay, x and y are real. Okay, 5 marks for that. Okay, so let's do this. First of all, okay, I want to break that to 2iz minus the conjugate of z equals to 1. Z equals to x plus iy, where x is the real part of the complex number and iy is the imaginary part of the complex number. Okay, so now 2i, I'll sub this with x plus iy minus the conjugate of it, which is x minus iy, and the whole thing equals to 1. Now let's expand, so 2ix plus 2i square y minus x plus iy equals to 1. Okay, now let's collect. Now before that, we know I square equals to -1, so sub those value, so 2ix plus 2 -1 times by y minus x plus iy equals to 1, so therefore 2ix minus 2y minus x plus iy equals to 1. Okay, so now okay, break that to real and imaginary parts. Okay, break that to real and imaginary parts. So I'm going to collect all the I terms on one side and then the real terms on the other side. Okay, so before that, I'm going to bring in 2ix plus iy negative 2y minus x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, now negative 2y minus x minus 1 plus 2ix and then plus iy equals 0. Yeah. Now at this stage, one on the left, these will be real values and these will be imaginary values. So now let's break that. So negative 2i plus x plus 1 and then plus you have 2x plus y I equals 0. So now from there we know okay, the first term, okay, the negative term represents the real value and then the one at the back with I imaginary value. So now once we got that, okay, give your answer in terms of x plus iy, where x and y are real. Okay, now let's find out what are x and y values. So since I know the first box over here, the green color is the real, so I'm going to separate them, okay, and then make an equation. So negative 2y plus x plus 1 equals 0, and then 2x plus y equals to 0. X and y are real, okay, remember, so you need to find what are the values for them. So from there, 2y plus x equals to -1, and then 2x plus y equals 0. So sub your values, which is, let's say y equals to -2x, equation 1, this is equation 2, so sub 1 into 2. So we find out 2 bracket negative 2x plus x equals to negative 1. So negative 4x plus x equals to negative 1. Negative 3x equals to negative 1. X equals to 1 over 3. There you go. So 1 over 3, x is the real value. So we got that. What's y? So y equals to negative 2 times by 1 over 3, which is negative 2 over 3. Okay, negative 2 over 3. Okay, now we have to rewrite this in terms of complex number whereby z equals to 1 over 3, okay, and then minus 2 over 3i. Okay, and if you read the question, okay, if you read the question, it says give your answer in form of x plus I, y, where x and y are real, and 1 over 3 and minus 2 over 3 are real values. Okay, not I, but 1 over 3 and negative 2 over 3, it's a real value. Okay, next part B. Okay, we have B, 2 parts to that. On a sketch of an Argand diagram, shade the region whose points represents the complex number satisfying z plus I minus 3i, okay, less than 1, and then imaginary value of z is greater than 3. Okay, can somebody tell me what is the first locus represents? Z plus 1 minus 3i less than equals to 1. Guys, come on, tell me.
Is it the midpoint of the circle?
Okay, midpoint of a circle. And what is the radius?
1.
1. Okay, so the moment you get a question like that, so you should know that they're talking about a circle. So z, the question here is z plus 1 minus 3i bracket less than equal to 1. So this is a circle. Okay, the locus is circle, radius 1, and what is the center? Okay, centered at, okay, so to find that you can change this into z minus minus 1 plus 3i. Okay, so therefore it is centered at negative 1 positive 3. Okay, so that's that. And imaginary z is greater than equals to 3. Basically imaginary graph, which is your y-axis, okay, and y equals to 3, or the imaginary value 3. Okay, so I'll show that over here. Okay, so now let's draw a circle first. Okay, so the circle is somewhat like that. So that's negative 1, negative 2, that's negative 3, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4. Okay, this one. Okay, now. Okay, so center 1, minus 1, 3. So minus 1, 3. That's your center. Okay, that's your center, minus 1, 3. And then radius is 1. So radius 1, 1, that's 1, that's 1. So somewhat like that. It's not accurate, but somewhat like that. Okay, imagine it's a circle. Okay. Okay, so that's the circle that you have with radius 1. Okay, and it's a locus. Remember, circle is a locus. So now the next one is imaginary z greater than 3. So z greater than 3, this is your, let's label this. This is IM and this is RE. Okay, so z is greater than 3, so imaginary, and it says greater than and equal to. Is it a dotted line or straight line? Is it a dotted line or straight line? Dashed line or straight line?
Straight line.
Straight line.
Straight line. Are you sure it's greater than equal to? It's a dotted line, guys. Okay.
Oh yeah, guys.
Okay. So now greater than equal to is a dotted line. So therefore, from there, you sketch this region. Okay, that region, and then those 2 points or region that meets is this part here. So that's the green color line that I want, or green region. This is what I want. Okay, so this is IM Z equals to 3, and this is the locus centered 1 0. So this is your center, -1, sorry, -1 3, and radius equals to 1. Okay, now your next question is, okay, we got that. Now the next question is determine the difference between the greatest and the least value of argument G, okay, argument G for points lying in this region. Okay, so you have to find the difference between the greatest and least values of argument G. So argument G is basically the angle. Okay, so we can find that by using tangent. Okay, yeah, for the argument. So excuse me. So now, what is the greatest? Okay, so you have to know this is your Z over here centered. Okay, so what's your greatest? So this is your greatest that you can get. You can't have anywhere else. If it's over here on top, you can take the point right on top. It says in the region, so it has to be the region. So this is your greatest that you can get, which is from here to here. And what's the least? Which one will be the least? This will be the least. Okay, that's the least, which is the second line. Okay, so the first argument, so I'll just write ARGZ1. And then the second one, right up to the y-axis or the imaginary axis, ARGZ2. Are you guys following?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this is the least. You cannot have anywhere else because the question says in the region. Okay, we have to find the greatest and least argument lying in this region. So if it's in the region, so that's the highest argument. Argument means angle. That's the highest angle that you can go. Okay, and then for least will be up to the y-axis. Okay, not anywhere else. Okay, since they want it within the region. So now to find argument Z2, what do you think the answer is? That's straightforward. Pi over 2, right? Okay, which is the least. Are you guys following? Argument 2, because it's just right angle. That's the least angle. So it's just pi over 2. Okay? Okay? So what about ARG argument 1? Z1. What is the argument for Z1? Okay, you have a triangle like that. What is this distance?
2,
2. And what is this?
3.
3. Okay, so therefore tangent, so that will be argument Z1 will be shift the arctangent of 2 over 3. Correct? And then plus pi over 2, isn't it? Because it's the whole thing up to here. Right? I say something. Do you understand or not? Because that's 90 and then plus the theta over here. Okay? So it should be the arctangent of 2 over 3 and then another 90 degrees or pi over 2. So from there, the difference will be ARG Z1 minus ARG Z2. Okay, the argument for Z1 minus the argument for Z2, which finally just gives us the arctangent of 2 over 3. And if you use your calculator, you should get your answer. I got it just now, approximately 0.5880 radian. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, any questions? Okay, I'll do the third one later, okay, and then send it to you, the answer, okay? I hope you guys can understand this. If you're not sure, please go through the video. I'll send it to you. Go through the video and then you ask me question, okay, this part if you're not sure, this part, whatever you ask me. Today I'm going to give you another 3 more questions. Just do those 3 questions, all exam questions, okay? And then if I have time, maybe on, yeah, we will have time. On Wednesday, we can go through like this, all 3 questions. I wanted to do all 3, but, loss of, need water to drink. Okay, guys?
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I'll see you on
Thank you.
next
Yeah,
week.
thank you, Mr. K.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Gabe. Thank you.